You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Playing House After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Playing House After Show.
Hey there, Playing House fans. What is this?
I don't know. We didn't discuss what the song was going to be.
I'm playing the house theme song.
The house theme song.
He is playing house.
I get it.
He's playing house. That's a fun bit.
It's a funny bit. Stephen Lemieux, engineer. If you are confused as to where you are, this is not an episode of House. This is the Playing House After Show. On AFTERBUZZ TV, yeah, we're doing season 1, episode 4. Totes Kewl.
Totes Kewl.
I'm Matt Lieberman. Join me, of course, the panel. Patrick Fisackerly's here.
Hi.
Carrie Long's here.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Chelsea Earlywine again, not joining us this week. Hopefully, she'll be back next week.
I'm excited.
We'd love to have her join us. Yeah. Another stellar episode of Playing House. What a delightful show to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very glad we're watching this show.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is great. Well, it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't do many comedies for AfterBuzz, and I don't really have a ton of time to watch them at home. And I'm like, I'm just so happy to have a show as warm and as sweet and as funny as this to come into the office and watch on Tuesday nights. It's quickly becoming a highlight of my week.
Absolutely. I had a dream about the show this week.
You had a dream about the show?
What happened in your dream?
Well, don't get too excited over there, Patrick. In my dream, and if this happens in an episode, I'm going to geek out over it. I'm just saying. It was super real. I was like right there watching it on my TV, and then it was they were like at a wedding, and then it was like bridesmaids-y-ish, but there was a wedding, and Lennon was there, and Jessica was there, and I was there.
Were they like bridesmaids at your wedding?
No, no one paid any attention to me.
Wouldn't that be great if they were bridesmaids at your wedding?
I would totally. You guys, if you want to be at my wedding, that's not
can be
really on the calendar.
My wedding.
I welcome them to come in, and I would even let them choose the dress for the wedding.
Wonderful.
They could pick, and they could pick everything.
Nothing like giving them more work to do.
Right, but it's. God, Patrick, you just got uninvited.
Oh, Patrick,
man.
that's okay. I'll invite you to my party I'm having the same day.
Oh, thanks!
Yeah. So we open on Emma and Maggie getting some assistance installing the car seat in Maggie's car. Ryan McPartlin, who, a few years back played Captain Awesome on Chuck, is a hunky piece of man.
I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah. He also... in season 2 of Mad Men, was Betty Draper's first affair in a cloakroom.
I didn't recognize him.
Man dresses down nice, and he's he's a rookie cop on the force, and he's helping them strap this thing down.
Strap it in real
good.
And
we get to see a lot of feminine sexual frustration.
What? We have none of that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but I felt like the car seat thing was a metaphor for sex.
What?
What?
I didn't get that
If you
at all.
notice, they taled about like you got to tug on it harder.
Right.
Well, they meant like the
straps.
The straps.
Not necessarily. Also a penis.
What?
Yeah.
No. Listen, Patrick. I can't understand how saying the phrase, the tighter it gets, the harder it gets.
Absolutely not.
I don't understand how that connects to sex.
I don't know if you're
one bit.
listening to the words you're saying, because if you think about it, it's talking about sex.
Well, then Mark came over and he just got it right in there.
Well,
and
yeah,
he was focused on the task.
Yeah.
There was no
faster
sexual...
is always better.
Again, guys,
no
this is
matter the
about
context.
premature ejaculation.
Always.
I think is what the key
about
is here.
Safety.
I think it's about safety. I think
Again,
it's about
safety is the thing with sex. With
buttocks. Steve's
condoms.
Tussie.
Yeah, Steve's
Steve's
Tussie.
Tussie.
Oh, Tussie, bringing it back! I tried to turn into a hashtag last week. I did.
Nobody jumped on the Tussie train.
No one jumped on the
Tussie.
Guys,
is spelled,
hashtag Tussie train.
Tussie is spelled T-U-S-S-I-E.
Oh, I misspelled Tussie.
Yeah, that's why. That's why the hashtag didn't take off.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. In any case, what a fun scene. And I like, you know, you see so many shows where you get the guys ogling the hot girl and talking about, like, trying to get her to do semi-sexual things or say semi-sexual things and, like, getting away with it. And it's great to see it flipped, especially when, you know, these two who are so in sync and so comfortable, you know, saying this stuff around each other and both just getting in and, you know, tasting a piece.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just such a fun scene.
Loved it.
I liked how the dudes high-fived at the end after they were done. And
Bros, we killed it. London Tower.
And the women just
Eiffel
ended
Tower.
unsatisfied.
Wait, is that what an Eiffel Tower is?
An
Tag
Eiffel
teaming?
Tower is when two men double team a woman and high five
as it's happening.
As it's happening, not after. After it's just a high five.
It's not an Eiffel Tower. It would qualify as another tower.
When I was
Tower of London.
I studied abroad in Paris for a semester in college, and two guys claimed that happened in France, and then later said it didn't. But I'm not sure. I think they may have backed
Cool
up.
story,
Yeah.
Patrick. It has everything to do with the episode.
It has everything to do with what we just talked about.
All right, fair. So in any case, Emma and Maggie go to Gary, Maggie's lawyer, to prepare for the upcoming mediation between her and her erstwhile husband. Yes. And, you know, Gary, played by TV's Andy Daly.
Andy Daly?
Yes, at TV's Andy Daly.
That's correct.
Yeah. And
from Review, also starring Jessica St. Clair.
yeah. Well, I mean, these folks, there's a lot of people who come in and out of this show, I feel like, have a very, very strong UCB connection. For
sure.
You know, it's where they're from. And it's always a pleasure to see Andy Daly on our TV screens. And what a perfect fit for this character, singing madrigals. And you know, like madrigals, they're these like medieval songs that are in 4 to 8 parts. So like the parts where he's not actually doing lyrics, he's doing his like baritone hum, like keeping the beat. And it's just like, it's so like blissfully like nerdy and strange. I'm like, yes, good.
And Maggie is just super into it.
She's
so
super
on
into
board.
it. And like this I understand. I understand why Maggie would find him attractive. He is warm, he's nerdy the same way that she's nerdy. He's sweet, he's smart, he went to Yale, he's successful. I get all of this stuff. Emma, to me, seems too judgmental to get on board with this guy. He asks her out later in the episode, and like I'm all for her being totally wowed by the date, and maybe even being moved into having, you know, the intercourse with him in Maggie's car, which we'll of course get into in length. So did he. But I feel like she was so excited about the prospect of getting a date from anyone.
Yeah, because it's been a long time. What did she say, 9 weeks or something like that?
Or 29 days.
29 days. I knew there was a 9 in there somewhere.
29 days.
29 days since the Shanghai surprise. Yeah, which we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Very excited.
But, you know, Emma needs to be, on some level, in control of everything. She's a little oblivious to the feelings of others. She's not great at picking up on signals. And she immediately challenges Gary's authority.
Yeah, they have a lawyer off.
Yeah, they have a lawyer off. And, you know, he's been practicing this kind of law in Connecticut for 9 years. He went to Yale. Dude knows what's up, okay?
I guess.
His law prowess be banging.
Be banging in Connecticut.
In Connecticut. Be banging.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut. You guys, you know, when you see that word, it's like Wednesday. You're like, oh, Connecticut.
In my head.
It's like your last name.
But what I appreciate about this is, you know, Gary is very taken by a woman who, like, not only, like, stands up to him, but flat out challenges his authority. Because I imagine, as a lawyer of some repute in a small town, doesn't happen too often.
No, he didn't say I object.
Yeah.
He
did not object. He abstained. He sustained.
He said, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
That's a judge. But it's the genre.
All right, yeah. This is quickly coming off the rails. But
We tape this
yeah.
at 11 at night.
Yes.
And it's a great time.
It's a great time to tape a podcast, truly.
I don't even need to talk, Matt. He makes you sigh just like I do in our podcast.
Yeah. Patrick and Stephen Lemieux are of a kind. In another world, or in another universe, maybe I could have called you friend. I'm butchering
all right.
What?
I'm butchering a Star Trek quote.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Kewl, Totes Kewl.
Totes Kewl.
Totes-
See how I did that?
I don't know which
Yeah.
one you're butchering. I'm only a little familiar with Star
Yeah.
Trek. I just watched the 4th movie.
Oh, with the whales.
Yeah, with the whales.
It's a great movie.
I loved it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, he challenges her. She challenges his authority, and you know, she's attractive. Even though he's got this beautiful woman right in front of him who's deeply invested, and he's deeply invested in, and he's completely overlooking her.
Well, she's technically still married. She's soups preggers.
Yeah.
Every dude would overlook that. I don't know how many guys like, I'm gonna go out tonight and find me a 8th-month pregnant lady. Give me a lady with a baby in the belly.
Yeah.
You know, so she probably
Give
just
me a
seems like,
pregnant piece. You heard of a
Piece?
pregnant pause?
It's
A
a-
pregnant piece.
Hey, that's a good one. Yeah. I like that. Oh, he's showing me his teeth. You guys gonna high five? No, too soon? Wait.
I can't reach.
We're
The
trying.
table is so
trying.
large. I know. We're trying to Eiffel Tower this podcast.
Or there's a really tall girl between you underneath the table.
What?
what?
We're Eiffel Towering her.
She would have to be so unbelievably tall for that to make sense.
Because this, she's not lying like feet to head. This
No.
is like head. I guess you get the head in this scenario. Head to.
Why necessarily? I would think that I would be in first position.
You don't want head?
You don't think
happier?
head's first position?
No.
Head's perfectly acceptable position.
Guys.
By the way,
I'm
my
getting
mom
hot.
said she
I'm
listened to
craving
this last week.
Steve.
Mom, if you're listening, hi.
Hi, Mrs. Fisackerly. In any case, they head out to the local watering hole.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to grab some lunch, and they're doing kind of a download about what's going on. And Maggie, just as she is about to reveal her intentions toward Mr. Beecham, Emma gets a text, a little texty text, where, you know, he rustled up his law degree, and he'd like to show it to her
Yeah, he would.
all night long. Yes. Nothing sexier than a man throwing his degree around.
No
That's
compensation whatsoever.
Nothing to compensate
Absolutely
for.
not.
I think flirting with your intellectual accomplishments is a great way to go about it, personally. I'm a big fan of that.
What a snooze
What?
fest.
Guys, I am full of anecdotes.
Dave.
If you
Yeah.
want to hear any, at Fisackerly, I'll tweet them 140 characters at a time. It'll be great.
Great.
Confirmed. Hashtag confirmed.
Yes.
Hashtag
So,
confirmed. Hashtag tushy.
Yeah,
Tussy.
Tussy. Ugh.
Tussy train.
I'm so sad that that's out in the world. In any case, you know, Maggie has an immediate reaction to this. She spills
her juice. Just like
everywhere.
Shelby and Still Magnolias.
How great was it? My juice. Oh, it was great.
Okay, easy Still Magnolias.
Yeah, easy still Magnolia.
That was fantastic.
Thank you for giving me my line for me. Yeah, easy still Magnolia. But in any case, Emma's mom walks by, and she makes the whole thing into an ordeal, even though it's not. Emma points out, you know, Mom, you came over here. Like, she's like, oh, great, now I have to face my past. She's so dramatic. Jane Kaczmarek, wonderful.
Love.
I want her to be in all the episodes. What if she is?
And
That'd
she
be
can
great.
pop a
That'd be
collar
cool.
like nobody's business. Damn.
Did you see that cop pop?
She was like an inch above her other collar with her collar popping. Impressive.
Yeah, so she brought by a bottle of homemade syrup from
She
Lake
sure did.
Kimawa.
From P-Beard.
From P-Beard, the yellow-beard man who's got a hankering for some Kaczmarek. And, you know, this is the one place that Emma and her mom really were able to bond when she was a child.
Yeah.
It holds a lot of strong, powerful, good memories for her. And, you know, Maggie says, you know, this is your mom reaching out.
Yeah, it's a gesture.
It's a gesture.
It's a communicative bid.
Yeah, it's her attempting to become part of your life once again. You know, when God opens a door, you need to walk through it.
But you know what she says, Ron? She's like, oh my God, are you dying? Do you have cancer? I cackled. It made me cackle. I love that
Yeah,
line.
because Emma is
Such
so
a jerk to her mom.
she is, Well, I mean, I think that she's just so utterly stunned that her mom is doing something that seems even partially selfless.
Right.
You know, it's not really. She's like, well, she just wants me to take all this syrup out of her house. She's so lazy she can't get syrup out of her house. You know,
I like that it's a
true
two-way thing, though. I like that
relationship.
they both are very antagonistic toward each other.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't feel mean in that way. Like, it just feels like, well, that's just the way
it's just the way things are. They're just fractured. You know, Emma had to get it
There's
from
no
somewhere.
victim, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Emma had to get it from somewhere. No victim. They're the victims.
Right, but there's not like someone being mean and someone being hurt.
Sure.
It's just like...
It's not one-sided
Yeah.
aggression. It's war.
Give and take.
Right.
Give and
Right.
take.
You know, Emma kind of steamrolls right over Maggie, you know, trying to help her, trying to explain it, because that's just what she does. She doesn't think, she doesn't listen, she just kind of does her own thing. And her own thing so far this season has been, you know, help Maggie, help Maggie, help Maggie. But now, finally, Emma's getting a little tension. She's getting a little tension. She's getting a little big for her britches, perhaps. And maybe she wants to take those britches off.
And she did.
And she did.
She
in
did.
In Maggie's car after they went to the trouble of getting the car
I
seat.
know, where a child will
After
sit
a
one
date,
day.
seeing the Apple Dumpling Gang
that gets me
bluegrass
hot.
band.
Yeah, and they even
bluegrass.
got to go backstage before the show. Yeah, they got to meet. What was his name?
Was it Roscoe?
Yeah, no.
Rondo.
Rondo.
Rondo?
Yeah, you
There
met
were hobos
Rondo?
on the train too.
Yeah.
That gets everybody in the mood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before this date, though, you know, Emma is getting ready. She's trying on these riding boots.
She's totally nervous.
That maybe make her
Swap
look
shoes, yeah.
a little too Blake Lively just after the stable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Maggie's doing shots of maple syrup because, as she says, you know, she's pregnant. Sugar is her alcohol.
That's so true.
I think I read that's something Lennon really did when she was pregnant.
I'm
She would do
sure.
shots of syrup.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny and it's the truth. I mean, you know, what do you have? All your vices are gone except foods. You might as well get something sticky sweet. You know, pour it down
sticky
the
sweet.
Sticky sweet.
See how quickly we go to it?
Yeah, it's so
Child
easy.
safety is what I'm referring to. Child safety.
What's
sticky sweet.
sticky sweet about child safety?
The,
Feed them
the
well.
child sticking to the safety seat. You're welcome.
Yeah, sticky sweets.
My child sticks to the rules. Sweet. Exactly.
you did it.
There. So
Keeps them safe.
Emma just keeps kind of pushing on Maggie. Now, mind you, we neglected to mention Emma asked Maggie,
She did.
"Are you cool with this?"
But and that's where Totes
Yeah.
Cool.
She's
comes
Totes
she's
Kewl.
cool. She's totes cool.
But
Totes
in,
Kewl.
in lady language, just because, I mean, you ignore our words and watch our actions, because she was giving her all the please do not date him action in the face. Action in the face, but her words were like, nah, it's totally cool. Woman says it's cool, it's not cool.
Yeah, well, but that's why.
cool.
Why does she say that it's cool when it's not? Is it because of the guilt of having this secret friendship with her mother, or is it just you know, in their friendship, she tends to be the lower status person?
Or the fact that she's pregnant and still technically married at the time.
Right. So she
can't
doesn't
fully-
want to
She
take
is in
something
no
away.
position to date
really got a
anyone,
few
right?
cards to
Especially
play.
her lawyer.
Sure. So, you know, she doesn't want to take this away from Emma if that's what Emma wants, but at the same time, it is very hurtful. And, you know,
And Emma doesn't know she's being hurtful.
Emma's
That's the
completely
key.
oblivious
Right.
to
Yeah.
it, which is, yeah.
right,
super
which she
state's not
shouldn't
cool.
be. And, you know, she just keeps piling it on. When Gary comes to the house, you know, Emma's like, "Oh, can you get that? Can you get him and bring him inside for our date? Oh, he's here. He's coming here for the date, and I'm in this flowy pajama mess, and I am full of syrup, and I do not want to see him this way." And just like it's just such like a very wonderfully small, real moment where she's tucking in the pregnancy shirt and she's trying to look skinnier and more presentable, and she's so embarrassed and she doesn't want to open this door.
And she pulls the sweatpants over
Oh,
her
she
bump.
grandpa panted it.
yeah, full
Grandpa
on.
panted it.
I don't know if this was intentional. I don't know why it would be, but that was framed in the exact same way as that risky business shot
Oh, yeah.
where he
nice
slides
one.
out. I don't know why. I was just like, are they about to do risky business? No, I guess not. But it looked exactly like that shot. That's all. I just noticed it.
It's an important thing.
I have
to point
nothing to
out.
say about it other
Right.
than I noticed
You have
it.
no commentary. You just want to
Well, she
present
didn't
it.
really slide or sing old time rock and roll, so
Right.
that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
But I
It
noticed
was a nice shot because she was like all alone down there.
Well,
and
it showed her profile nicely and the bump.
she's a tiny little thing.
She is.
She's a pizza.
Tiny little
I
thing.
noticed how skinny she was, ironically, in that shot. Because apart from the bump, she's
Very skinny.
very
Tiny
thin.
lady.
Yeah, bird body.
I feel for a lot of my
Bird.
friends.
Not
who have
bird bones.
babies,
Not
they
bird
feel
bones.
Like that.
Not bird
bird
bones.
bones.
Just
tiny.
Human bones.
Keeping it tight. Everyone's excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in any case, you know, Gary and Emma, they go on this date. Things go super well. And, you know, Emma has a tradition where she tells Maggie about all of her flings. And Maggie, you know, uses some of this imagery, some of this stuff to help her get through the long months with no attention. Specifically, this Shanghai surprise, which, you know, Maggie urged her to detail earlier once again. You know, you get a cryptic text message, 2201.
You remembered
And
the
know what that
number.
means. Oh, yeah, you know I remembered the number. And it means we got a penthouse suite.
What? A penthouse?
A penthouse? Oh. Ooh, with linens that are 400 thread count.
I love that.
Yeah.
He took
Hey, that's details. Like,
Hey
you lay
there.
down there like, oh.
Yeah. Orchid petals arranged perfectly, and then he comes up behind you like a 90s boy band and tells you what he's going to do to that body.
To that body. He's bringing sex at birth.
Exactly. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, bro.
Every man listening should steal that.
It's hey
trust
man,
me, it's gonna work.
It's good game he's laying down. And now I'm like intensely curious as to what he looks like, because I'm wondering how much is he compensating for something else, or is he just like the consummate man who, you know, has no attachments? It's interesting.
It would work.
It would work out.
Either way.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Leave the lights off. Okay.
What?
I
Who's
think
there?
you just went on your own journey just
Sorry.
now.
Yeah. Carrie, do you need a moment?
I'm okay.
Do you want some syrup?
I'm just gonna.
Did you just get a text message with some numbers?
Yeah.
Wait, I must go quickly.
Yeah.
Holiday Inn. Oh.
Looney Tunes run off noise.
What
smoke.
what is D-Day? The day that they marched on Normandy? They landed on Normandy. I was just gonna say because
Could be.
that
I
would
think
be the
so.
secret code if you were gonna go get Eiffel Towered. Anyway, that's just in my head. But in
And
any
your
case,
beach is gonna get stormed.
so they head to the courthouse for some mediation. And you know, right before they go in, Maggie notices car seats missing. Why is the car? We went and we had Steve put it for the very reason to do it. And you know, Emma starts telling her all about the date and tells her about how things got a little crazy.
She's clueless.
Yeah. And Maggie is just,
How they had sex in the car.
Maggie is just buzzing off of this news.
Oh, for sure.
Not happy
No.
one bit. And she doesn't want to hear any of it. But again, Totes Kewl, she can't bring it up. She can't say anything.
Nope.
And
Well, she's backed herself in a corner now because she's given permission and now it's bitten her in the ass, basically.
look, if it's not a dire situation where physical harm may in fact be a consequence, if you've backed yourself into a corner with a lie that is undoable, undo it immediately. Undo it so you don't have to hear anymore. Don't wait until it's too much to bear. You know, do it when it's still just annoying.
The
Before they-
more you know.
Yeah, we actually have that sound effect.
Backseat.
Do we have that sound? We normally do. That's
I did it.
It's
anticlimactic. Thank you. But in any case, they head in for the mediation. And, you know, Maggie is not happy. She's freaking out. And Bruce takes this. Thank you. So late.
Best part about comedy is timing, Matt.
Yeah.
You did great.
Yeah. In any case, so Bruce takes her emotional reaction as her not wanting to get divorced, and she's just like, no,
He's on a knee, calls it a Hail Mary.
Well, I mean, his lawyer, played by Dave Tooney, who's a
Yeah, I was
hilarious
excited.
LA comedian. You know, he's trying to get a little leeway on this agreement, and you know, Gary, as a great lawyer, is like, only one of these people in this room had sex with a German person over the internet. Who's that person again? And
yeah.
Bruce says it almost as if for the first time to his lawyer. I did that.
Like,
Okay, yeah, you
They
can
just like
have
close their
everything.
folders. We're done here.
We're done.
I've got nothing.
It's a very civil divorce settlement.
Yes. And, you know, Maggie storms off, and Emma has no idea where she's gone. She knows that she's upset at her, and she's she's sitting in the Hyundai as Mark puts this car seat back in there, and he tells her, you've always had this problem. You don't pick up on signals. You don't think about other people. You only think about yourself. When I proposed to you, alarm bells.
What?
Right? When I proposed to you, you were shocked as if it had come out of nowhere, but I took you ring shopping. Which, I mean, like, come on, woman. You gotta know. And also, the man tried to lock it down. Respect. Respect to the man.
He tried to put a ring on it.
Yeah, and it also gives us a very firm understanding. See what I did there?
That was nice.
Very firm understanding of where he is emotionally with her return. And why Bird Bones was also defensive, potentially, is because, they almost got married. That's how far along they were in their relationship, that he did propose, that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. That's a big deal.
Do we know how long it's been since that proposal versus present day in the episode? Like, do we know how many years have passed?
Yeah, how old they are?
Because I know she's been away.
Yeah, I don't know. They were high school sweethearts, correct? Mm-hmm. So I imagine that it's been at least 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's a pretty fair estimate.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever officially put a date on when they were in high school, like with specific references or anything.
Right, but to me, they seem like late, early 30s. Maybe the tail end of your 20s.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's probably like 8 or 9 years, a long enough time that
Still
he's...
childbearing years, that's for sure.
Hey, those go into your 50s.
Yeah, okay.
So they're under 50.
Tell that to my girlfriend.
Tell it to my family. You're
Yeah.
getting old. You're ovaries.
Yeah, well.
Because they all sound like old people, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you come from a family of old people?
No.
It's just
they're
all,
older than me.
all
Can't call 'em
people.
old.
Yeah.
Can't call
And then
'em
you
old.
popped out and they were like, whose child is
She's
this?
so young.
A whippersnapper.
She has old as you.
We don't have teeth like her.
They saw Benjamin Button and they were like, this is what a baby looks like. Finally.
Exactly.
This is what they all look like,
Finally,
right?
an honest portrayal of childhood when you have to learn how to unbreak your legs and walk for the first time at age 5. Yeah. So, I love this development between these two.
Yes.
I love that we keep learning more and more about their previous
Just little
relationship.
nuggets, like a little bread trail between every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bread trail.
Laying the seeds for later.
I know. Well, now it makes me kind of recant my previous thoughts that someday he's going to try to make a go for it once again, just because, like, can you really forgive someone who ups and leaves after you propose? I feel
we'll
like
see.
it's almost like abandoning you at the altar. It's a huge deal. It's not really something you
Maybe
can
it
take
did
back.
happen. Maybe later on they
Or,
did finally.
we don't know how much time has passed. Maybe he's healed. But granted, he is married to
Yeah.
a nice person.
Who we don't want to
I
see harmed.
really want to stress
Or
that
the
I like
bones.
them together.
Yes.
And I will be sad if that doesn't work out.
I know, but like, and again, why I like that in life, I feel like the vast majority of like, like will they, won't they, or like not really will they, won't they, but like unfulfilled romances,
Yes.
are unfulfilled for that reason. Is like, no, they wound up with someone who's wonderful, and even if you do have chemistry with this other person, you're not with them. You're with someone who you are good with.
Right.
Yeah, I've never pined for someone and then ended up with them. Like, I've always pined and then it went away. I don't know. Is that a thing that happens a lot? You pine for a long time and then you end up with someone?
It's very, very rare.
That's like a TV trope more than
here's
it's like
what
a real
I'll
life
say.
thing.
When that does happen, it's very rare, it's very messy, and it happens at the wrong time, almost universally.
Yeah.
Almost universally, to the point that all of the lead up makes it impossible for anything to go right.
Because you set your expectations to be so high. You've convinced that this is the one for you, and then it happens and...
Or potentially, one of you had feelings for a long time and then got over it, and then the other one realized that they had feelings the whole time, and then by the time they come out and tell you,
classic Friends
you've already
season 2
moved on.
scenario.
Exactly, but it happens in life. It does happen.
It does.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's a tragic.
So, in any case, Mark tells her, tells Emma that also this gesture from her mom is definitely the real deal. Like she tells him, oh, she can't. He's like, I heard about your mom and the syrup. And she's like, how do you know about that? You know that this is like a calculated move on her part. And he's like, you're missing it once again. This is her trying to connect with you. And she's like, okay, I'm going to be the best me I can be. I'm going to pick up a pack of waffles and I'm going to head over to my mom's place and we are going to just syrup it up and get through all the stuff. And she goes over.
Wait, what if it gets sticky?
Oh my God! What are we, the Z Morning Zoo of Playing House podcasts?
Well, we need more sound effects if we're going to be a morning zoo. Like a.
That's not an excuse to play sound effects.
Come on.
That's not an excuse.
Explosions.
That's not an excuse.
Sticky.
Woo!
Not an excuse.
And we're back. We're talking Playing House here at the AfterBuzz TV After Show.
Yeah, here at KWO5.
Oh!
KWO5.
You're tuning into the AfterBuzz TV After Show for Playing House. Yes, Matt Lieberman, the host, with Pat Fisackerly and Carrie along. We're about 30 minutes and 2 seconds into the After Show, and they're going severely off topic, but it's my fault. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the After Show.
Worst bit. It's the worst bit. Let's not do that bit again.
This bit for the rest of the night.
I want to talk about Jane Keksmerick, the mom. She opens the door, and I love this line. She's got this martini. She's like, so I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah.
I love best parenting line ever.
Yes, wonderful. And we discover who is in a bathroom.
What?
But Maggie.
Maggie.
No. Oh yeah,
She
Maggie
got pretty cozy on that couch.
Yeah, she's been having a secret friend affair with Emma's mother.
No.
For years.
No.
Yeah, she's been to Lake Kimawa multiple times.
And in the kayak with her.
Multiple Christmases.
Pictures. Who took that picture? It was such a well-framed picture of
It was
two of them.
P-Beard.
Oh, was it P-Beard who took the picture?
It was on the tip of the kayak.
Yeah, or it was a frame from a GoPro mounted at the front of their kayak.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
So, this is, in Emma's eyes, a major betrayal, which, I love that that this wasn't all one-sided. Yes, Emma was definitely in the wrong, but she also, had no idea because Maggie had given her permission. She had no idea that she was lying, but she should have picked up on these signals. But at the same time, Maggie shouldn't have hidden this friendship. She shouldn't have hidden that it was her idea to give the syrup and try to get them, to be cordial again. She's also in the wrong.
But what a good best friend.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta stick your nose where it doesn't belong.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes down to the people you love, your best friends. You gotta do what you gotta do.
She wanted, Emma and her mother to have a relationship because she's friends with both of them. Mm-hmm. She knows that they're both wonderful people. They deserve to be happier than they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again another very real thing. And they're both upset, but they head back to the house. Gary comes over.
After Emma eats her waffles dry.
Yeah, she eats her waffles dry and she refuses to drink water.
I love it how they put
Please drink water!
Soundtrack.
No!
Yeah.
It was great. It was just this very soap opera-y. I loved it.
Yeah.
The dramatic music.
These waffles dry. Please, no, please drink some water. I refuse. Yes, wonderful. They head back to the house. Gary comes over. And Emma breaks it off because her friendship is too important.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Good.
But Gary also, if you were listening,
Well.
sets up the return of, I forget the ex-husband's name.
Bruce.
Bruce sets up the return of Bruce because they have to do marriage counseling for
Yes,
5 weeks.
5
Wait to see
sessions.
those.
It's a way to keep him on the show, keep him around.
Yes. So excited to see those, excited to see what happens, and to learn more about their marriage and where it went wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's nothing inherently wrong about either of them. I think they both got pushed. I think that Bruce got pushed into a place where he wasn't communicating anymore, and then started doing something that was very, very wrong.
And they shouldn't have been together anymore. I
Yeah.
think that the relationship had died.
Yeah.
They might have figured it out too late. Oh, we're pregnant.
Mm-hmm. And now, okay, we got to be together forever, even with all these problems. I want to see, what those problems were and where they started.
They've been pretty tight-lipped on what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea who the marriage counselor, if we see the marriage counselor, who it'll be played by. But I have a feeling it's going to be someone great.
It's going to be someone wonderful.
Because everyone on the show, casting-wise,
has been
it's
wonderful.
a hilarious person, probably from UCB. And
I think it'll be Jane Lynch.
could be.
Could be Jane Lynch.
She's played a therapist on other shows.
She
Maybe
has.
not. Maybe it could be, I don't know, Betty White. I'm just throwing it out there. It's
I don't
a new
think it's
idea.
gonna happen.
It's a new, fresh idea.
don't think it's gonna happen.
Betty
I
White.
give up. I give up, guys.
Yeah.
Don't think it's
TV
gonna
Land's got that on lock.
She is in Cleveland filming that show live.
She will be hot until the day she dies.
Yes.
Oh, don't die, Betty White. In any case,
Did you just kill Betty White?
no. Emma breaks up with Gary, and the two of them, resolve their issues, and we're really, really happy about that. And we're glad that they're friends. They go over to Emma's mom's place to pick up the rest of the syrup, only to discover Mom's a dirty bird.
Dirty bird.
She's got
a
sexy
hound
cop
dog.
Steve.
Doing all kinds of chores for her,
Especially
heavy things.
dirty jobs. He's got to take off his shirt.
Yeah.
He's so aloof. I love it. That's my type. Aloof and
Let's
delicious.
bring some Ryan McPartlin back.
Yes.
For a hot second, I didn't think that he was just like a house toy, like just to like watch move around. For a second, I thought that Mom and Steve had sparked up a little cougar relationship.
You think they were in Cougar Town?
I do not think that they were in Cougar Town, but I think Steve could be later in the season.
I would love to see it.
I'd like to see that happen. I think it would be super funny and would make Emma super uncomfortable. Okay, I think it's time for predictions.
Dun, 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 dun.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yeah, I know. That was the foxy face that I had. All right. So
it.
next week, based on the based on the preview, the ladies are heading out for a night on the town. Potentially Maggie's last before the kid pops out. Jason Mantzoukas guest stars,
Ooh,
which is exciting.
We didn't see
and he's
the,
a friend of
the
theirs.
Did you see
preview.
the preview?
Oh, you didn't see the preview? Oh, yeah. Jason Mantzoukas guest stars as one of the guys that they meet out at the bar.
Oh, it's like the whole cast of Soundtrack at UCB is going to be
Right.
in
Well,
this show.
they've been friends for years.
Yeah.
So it's great to see all of their friends getting to pop up in various roles on the show. It's a real blast. What do we think is going to happen with all our friends? I already made my prediction. I think Steve and Mom knocking boots. They be banging.
Blake Lively boots?
Blake Lively riding boots,
Oh, exciting.
Callback.
not flats.
I don't know. I'm curious as when the baby comes.
Yeah.
I want to know
Yeah.
the timeline here.
Well, we're 4 episodes in. There are 5 marriage counseling sessions. So if we're supposed to see all of them, if they're happening over the course of the season,
Yeah.
I feel like if Emma has only been there, she hasn't had sex for 29 days. I feel like she hasn't been there for the full 29, and she's still 8 months pregnant. We still have a few episodes to go.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like
We do.
it may be the finale where we get this
Right.
baby popped.
Right. And then they have all those marriage counseling sessions to get really confused on their feelings and open up cans of worms and emotions.
Yeah.
And then the baby comes, and that's all like, oh, it's so cute. Maybe we should try again. So
I don't think they're going to try again. I think they are
I
done.
don't know. I'm going to predict that there's going to be a very confusing, emotional episode for them.
We can talk about love, connections, and pairings all day long. At the end of the day, there's only one couple on this show, and it's Emma and Maggie.
Emma and
true.
That's
Maggie.
the love
I want
story.
to know who's going to be in the delivery room.
Yeah. I
want to
agree.
see. I want to see a doctor appointment. I think we need to see that.
Ooh,
All right.
who's going to play the doctor? What UCB person's going to play the doctor?
Joe Wengert.
Ooh, you think Joe's going to be
I
on
mean, he's a
there?
writer on the show. Why not?
Yeah, Joe's a good
great.
actor.
It'd be delightful. All right. I think that kind of wraps it up for us this week. Thank you all so much for joining us, downloading, watching, listening, streaming. You're all the best. Carrie Long, where can the people find you?
All the people can find me. Please be my friend on Twitter at Comedia Carrie. That's COMEDIA CARRIE. Comedia Carrie.
All right. And Patrick.
I am on Twitter also at Fisackerly. FISACKERLY.
All right. And you can find me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman, MATTLIEBERMAN. You can also find my videos for AfterBuzz TV and SourceFed on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Matthew D. Lieberman. And if you're looking for other AfterBuzz shows, AfterBuzz comedies, I also recap Marin on IFC.
Who locked the gate?
I also do Mad Men right now, Orphan Black. I have Under the Dome, Defiance coming back in June, Halt and Catch Fire later this summer. Lots of great stuff. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.